What's up, comic friends? Tony Critical here with another Critical pull list. Per usual, I'm going to start off with reviewing last week's books, take a look at what came out this week, and then check out what's coming out next week. Going to try to be a bit faster than last week because that video was way too long, and I'm already way late on this video. Sorry about that. It's a crazy week. Well, let's get into it. So starting off with DC, my pick of the week, Absolute Martian Manhunter, which should come as no surprise. I reviewed that fully in last week's video, so if you want to hear more about that, check it out. But it's really just a perfect comic book, and it's the book I most recommend to anyone. It's my favorite book, my favorite series since I've started reading. Let's go on with the rest of the list now. We'll start off with Deadman issue 2. This was awesome. Really like the art, and it has like a really old school vibe to it. There's a guest appearance by Batman too, which is really cool to see. Really fun issue and really liking it. Deadman's over here, by the way, first appearance. Next up is DC X Sonic the Hedgehog, Metal Legion. Nothing crazy with this one. I really like it. It's fun, but you know, it's not like one of the best comics ever or anything. Just something fun to read to change the pace every once in a while. Next up, Batman issue 11. This was really good. Art has been amazing. That's kind of been my favorite part, the last few issues especially. The writing hasn't blown me away with the last few issues. It's good. It's just not as fast-paced, which is probably fine for a series like Batman that's so big and important. They can kind of take their time telling the story, but it's fun and the art is so good. Last up for DC is Absolute Green Lantern, issue 16. Really sick book. It's really been high-paced, high stakes lately, and it continues with that. My favorite part of this issue is that Simon Baz sees his reflection, and I guess that makes him cease to exist, which seems to actually happen. So that was cool to see because they've been kind of talking about that from like the first issue or at least early on. And of course there was also Absolute Martian Manhunter, which was peak. Absolutely peak. But that's it for DC. Now moving on to Marvel. First off is the Ting's pick of the week for the best art, which is, oh dude, really the Ting? It's Marvel Swimsuit Special? Oh, you nasty. Hey man, that's what he says. This was actually kind of fun. I learned a few things. Like I learned that Namor is obsessed with Susan Storm, Reed Richards' wife. Didn't really know that. So, picked up some knowledge from this. You know, it's more than I expected, honestly. My pick of the week for just Marvel overall, Wade Wilson, Deadpool. This was just so cool. So the point of this, Enter the Bad Pools, is that Wade finds out that every time like a piece of him is cut off, or at least recently, it starts growing into another little messed up version of him. And they're pretty nasty. Pretty nasty little dudes. But it was a really fun issue. So good. Next up for Marvel is The Punisher, issue 6. This was okay. It wasn't very memorable. I can hardly tell you what it was about. I literally just had to open it up to jog my memory because I could not remember what it was about. But killings start happening around the city. Nobody knows who or why. It's random people. And in the end, you find out it's some guy that has a bullet that can like ricochet and move around this whole city, apparently. It's alright. Next up, Iron Man issue 7, Return of the War Machine. This was good. This was a good Iron Man book. We learn about what Tony's been up to with his new little school or training team where he's training these younger people that he saved from AIM. They have a project that goes wrong, and Iron Man and Rhodey, the War Machine, have to solve that. And then at the end, Iron Man invites Rhodey on board because Rhodey's being wicked suspicious about the whole program and what they're trying to do. Last up for Marvel is The Amazing Spider-Man issue 32. This was a good book. It picks up where it left off on the last issue where Peter Parker's dealing with the realization that he's got a cousin, that Aunt May has a son, and they go over like the fact that he knows his secret identity and he's agrees to keep it secret. And there's also more of the fight scenes in the arena, which is pretty good, and also just amazing art in this. Now let's move on to the indies. I'm going to start off with my pick of the week, which is She-Spawn issue 3. This has been 5 out of 5 for me, pretty much every issue. Just really like the art, the writing, the dialogue, the story that's happening. It's just good to me. I like this back in time setting, and they kind of bring that up a lot, and like they have like the Mall of the Living Dead or something like that, where it's like Blockbuster and Circuit City and like Kmart or something like that. And they're all there, so it's cool to see, and it's just a lot of fun. Really, really, really like the art. Next up is The Last Starfighter, issue number 1. I thought this was really good, and it did a really good job of explaining the background from the movie, because I might have seen it, or I'm pretty sure I didn't, but I at least knew what it was about. So it picks up from where it left off in the movie pretty much right away, and we have this 18-year-old kid who's trying to rebuild the starfighters, and that's pretty much the point of the plot. And it's good art too, good writing. I'm interested to see how this goes. Next up for the indies is Killer Influences number 1. So I didn't really like understand what this is going to be about, or I guess it surprised me, because it, well, you can kind of get the point now. Killer Influences, and there's like the YouTube sign. It's about an influencer lady that has like a murder serial killer podcast or show or whatever, and she finds out who a serial killer is, and then instead of like reporting him, she stalks him and then tries to help him become more famous of a killer so that her channel can take off, which it does. And then at the end, it seems like the serial killer is upset with her and is going to try to target her. But yeah, it's an interesting concept. Don't really like the main character. I mean, she's letting people get killed for her own profit. So yeah, there's no one really to cheer for in this yet. Next up, Zorro issue number 2 of 3. So this is like fun. It's kind of like a good swashbuckling adventure type of thing, but I'm not that invested, and I don't really love it that much. Story's not that important, but really a lot of cool stuff. Like they talk about semaphore towers, which I didn't know about. It's like towers that have these arms that change, and they represent different letters, and they send code. Like people use a telescope to see that, and they send the code. It's like the early telegraph. It's very cool. I like how they include stuff like that, historical facts, but I think it's not that impressive for like a 3-issue limited series. Last up for the indies is Royals issue number 4. So yeah, this had a crazy cliffhanger in the last one where you see the brothers are killed, and pretty much right off the bat you find out that what happened is that there are other twins in this world that have powers, and one of those twins is able to like put dreams into your head and like manipulate your mind, and that's what happened. They didn't actually die. And it's a really cool kind of like twist on the story with the bad guys. They're not exactly mafia dudes, and the whole heist was a test, which explains why it was kind of dumb in my opinion, like on why the mafia guy would be like, your telepathy can help you steal, because it didn't really make sense, but it ended up just being a test. And the bad guys pretty much like to kill one of the twins to free them from their powers. That's what happens when one of the twins dies, their powers goes away. But they keep the lady as kind of a tool, and now one of the brothers is trying to help her, and the other one is just trying to leave, and they kind of switch roles. Like the jock type guy is redeeming himself, and the other one is being selfish and trying to leave. So we'll see if they come back around to their normal ways. Before I get into my pulls from this week, although it's kind of last week by the time you're seeing this video, my bad, there's a book that I got in the mail, which is an Oni double feature that has the first appearance of Bluntman and Chronic, which are the alter egos of Jay and Silent Bob. So I am definitely going to get this signed one day. That is the only thing I really want to get signed in life. Something by Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. So this would be a great one, along with the Marvel crossover they just had, Jay's of Future Past. Definitely want to get that signed too. So that's just something I picked up to do that one day. Now let's just fly through these. I'm not going to get into too much detail. I want this to be a quick video because last week was way too long. I'm trying to figure out kind of the formula here for how to make a fun, quick, entertaining video. But let's just fly through what I've got for DC. Absolute Catwoman issue 2. Loved the first one, so hopefully it keeps it up. Barbara Gordon Breakout issue 3. This felt a bit slow in the first couple, so hopefully a bit more happens in this in terms of her finding out what's going on in this prison that's who's killing people. Fury of Firestorm, it has been amazing, and I'm really curious to see how they deal with Firestorm because he's so OP. Bleeding Hearts, issue 6. It is getting intense. It looks like the little girl's about to be eaten there. Yeah, she's being hunted down as part of this yearly holiday that the zombies have, and hopefully she makes it out. I wouldn't doubt it if she's killed, because it's a dark book like that. Green Lantern Corps, issue 18. This is kind of an epic cover. They have a lot of epic covers like this for the Green Lantern Corps. Don't even really remember what's going on in this. I do know that I like what's going on, but it's just hard to keep track. We'll find out. Absolute Batman, issue 22. I don't need to say anything about that. That's going to be awesome, and I can't wait to read that. Hopefully more of a fight with the Robins, although it looks like he might be getting away. We'll find out. For Marvel, we've got Civil War Unmasked, issue 3 by my fellow Greek, Christos Gage. And this looks like it's going to be about... I'm not even sure who that is. Captain America for sure, Iron Man, and I don't know who this main guy is. Looks like he's a villain. I thought he was the other Captain America, the Falcon, but it's not, I don't think. But we'll find out. Daredevil, issue 4, sick cover. Probably my favorite cover of the week. So this should be interesting. It ended off in a pretty interesting way with Daredevil fighting the bad guy who just revealed his face. So hopefully we find out more about the reasons he's hunting down Matt Murdock. And the last is Sorcerer Supreme, issue 8. Looks like we still have the guy from the Quantum Realm in this one. Looks like they're fighting some kind of weird magical samurai guy. That's actually pretty cool. See him? Pretty high stakes in the last one. There was pretty much an orbiting like cannon that looked like it was about to launch. Okay, next up. So this is a bit of a special one. Wasn't on my pull list, but I had something come in the mail, which is the first issue of Hybrid. Talked about it before. So this is the cover A. This is the variant. So these are written and lettered by a couple of dudes that I like to watch on YouTube. So this is written by Brandon Cosmic. And now I've looked up how to pronounce his last name, and I couldn't really find a definitive answer. But Gingell, or Gingell, Gingell, you tell me, is the writer. Luke Dockery, the artist. He's like really young. I forget how old he was, but I saw on one of the streams he mentioned his age. Really young, and the art is like so amazing. So kudos to him. And the letterer, Nate Nielsen, he's Speed Sultan, who I love to watch on YouTube. I wish my videos were 1/10 as good as Nate's, but he's really, really cool and really inspires a lot of people to read comics. So wanted to support and pick this up, and my goodness, it looks awesome. Let's see if I can just find something that looks cool. Anything will look cool. It really is a very good looking book. So congrats to them for getting this out. It looks awesome, and I'm gonna read this on video because I'm pretty excited for that. And I think this one is by a man called Kevin Tran. I like his art. Speed Sultan talks about him a lot on the channel. Plus, I also think he's a Vietnamese guy. My wife's Vietnamese, so whenever I see something like that, like by Dustin Nguyen, I pick it up. You know, I just like the same with my fellow Greeks, just to help support. But yeah, I'll read that later. Now to fly through the rest of these. Rascal Randy, issue 1, spin-off from Exquisite Corpses. We'll see what happens with that. I think it's like a prequel, but it might not be for this guy because, spoiler alert, he survived the first series, the Exquisite Corpses series. Next up, Aladdin, issue 1. So yeah, I was a kid when this movie came out, and it looks just like the movie. So yeah, just figured I'd pick it up. Next up is Abattoir 6, number 3. Just a cool vampire horror book where humans are literally cattle, and they're just under control from the vampires, and they've taken over the whole world. Next up, Ben 10, issue 3. So I really liked the last one. It got way more mature and gritty and dark, so this went way up on my list after number 2, so hopefully this is just good. And last up is Speed Racer issue 10, which has been awesome. Last issue was really cool. Speed is exposed during a race to some gas that is like also a recreational drug, and it makes you like angry. So he's been kind of going crazy and dealing with that. That's why he looks kind of evil in this one, and dark. So it's been really good. This is kind of like a sleeper series. Very good. But that is it for this week / last week's pulls. Sorry. I'll put up a screenshot of my pull so you can see everything, but I'm just going to tell you my top picks for each publisher. So for DC, that's going to be Lobo issue 5. I've been loving that, loving the art. I think he might still be teamed up with Supergirl, or maybe that kind of wrapped up in the Supergirl comic, which I do want to pick up. For Marvel, what I'm most looking forward to is Avengers Armageddon issue 2, just because Dave Colton is in that, the kind of Captain America of the War on Terror, and I just love that character. And he got a huge upgrade in the one of the other series, I forget what it's called, Weapons of Armageddon or something like that, whatever. Well, he got a huge upgrade, and I can't wait to see how that works out. And for the indies, definitely the Olympus Saga Megalith, but it's a number 0, so I don't know. I'm kind of more interested in what's going on in the story right now. So I'm going to give that to Banana number 1, number 1. Just because that sounds funny as hell. I have no idea what that's about, but gotta check that out. Otherwise, for second place for that, there's a whole lot of stuff for the indies. Dork, End of Life, and Destruction Be Our Lot are all really awesome. Sorry guys, I know I said I was going to read Hybrid on this video, but it's a really long book. I'm running low on time. It's already getting to be a bit of a longer video, so I want to just wrap it up there and talk about it next week on next week's video. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you guys next week. Sorry again about the late video. Been a crazy couple of weeks for me, so I'm going to try to do better in the future. Thanks for watching. Peace.